How did 50s sci-fi B-movies reflected Cold War fears? Imagine a time when everyone was worried about the future and what it might hold. The 1950s were full of tension and uncertainty, and movies from that era show those feelings vividly. These sci-fi B-movies, even with their simple effects and low budgets, captured the worries of the Cold War in a way that everyone could understand. They used stories about aliens, mutants, and secret experiments to mirror real fears. For example, movies about alien invasions often symbolized fears of communist infiltration. Films like Invasion of the Body Snatchers showed extraterrestrials replacing humans with emotionless copies. This reflected fears that communist spies could secretly take over American families and communities. During the 1950s, McCarthyism was at its height, and suspicion was everywhere. These movies played on that paranoia by showing enemies hiding in plain sight. Another big concern was nuclear war. The atomic age had just begun, and people worried about radiation and destruction. Movies like Them featured giant mutant ants created by nuclear testing. These monsters represented the destructive power of nuclear weapons and the dangers of scientific experiments gone wrong. The films also showed scientists as reckless or obsessed, which echoed fears about scientists unleashing disasters through their inventions. Many movies depicted aliens as smarter and more advanced than humans, echoing worries about Soviet scientific progress. The idea of mutants or collective enemies reflected fears of losing individuality under communist rule. Despite their simple look and small budgets, these movies did more than entertain. They told stories that reflected the deep fears of the time. Their black and white visuals and creative effects became symbols of the 1950s pop culture. They captured the mix of excitement and anxiety that defined the era. These films are a snapshot of a world divided by ideological fears. They show how entertainment can mirror real-world worries in a way that sticks with us. Watching these movies today, you can see how they used imagination to process fears about invasion, nuclear war, and loss of freedom. They remain as a fascinating part of the history of cinema and a reminder of how art reflects society's deepest concerns.